Final individual swim of the meet. This is the men's 1500 freestyle. In lane 1, that's Ty Lutz for Bluefish. 2 is Gavin Foreman from Berkeley. 3 is Dylan Porges from Asphalt Green. 4 is Will Hoganboom from North Baltimore. In lane 5, Josh Parent from Bluefish. In lane 6 is Juan Carlos Castrillion from Long Island. 7 is Jonathan Choi from Asphalt Green. And in 8, that's Colton Parkinson from Bluefish. Lot to digest here, Andy. Parent just swam the 200 fly, got second in that B final. Hoganboom, the only guy seated under 15 minutes here. Trials cut, I don't think will come into play. That's a 15:44.89.
Parent doesn't look like he's breathing hard either, just coming out of a 200 fly. We'll see how he is.
I'm sure he'll feel it.
But he's 14. He's got plenty of energy, and if anyone can do it, he probably can. He had a good finish, I believe, the other night in the 800, which was won by Dylan Porges in lane 3. So we'll see how this race shakes out with Porges in 3 and Hoganboom in lane 4.
All right, so Chuck Batchelor, who has two Bluefish swimmers in this heat, Ty Lutz and Colton Parkinson. Oh, and Josh Parent, so 3. And Parent being the only one that swam the 200 fly at all. He asked how many swimmers have won the 200 fly, gotten out, and won the mile in the history of this meet. We don't have an exact answer.
We don't have a media guide for this?
No, we don't. As Tristan Foreman, who's now the head coach at Berkeley, said, there's only one person who would know, and he can't tell us anymore. Jim Wood would certainly have known the answer to that question. But here's what we do know. Eric Vent did it, an Olympian in 2000, 2004, and 2008. He won, I want to say he won.
He won the 2 fly and the mile?
Yeah, he won the 2 fly and the mile back-to-back. He's won several Olympic medals in his career. Vent from the Squids. I forget the full name of the team, but it was called the Squids.
Somewhere in the Boston area, I believe.
Rhode Island, I think they said. But yeah, in New England. Who else did it? I think Scott Goldblatt did it. Fran Crippen did it.
Scott Goldblatt was here earlier tonight.
And we think there are 2 others, but we don't know exactly who they are. Certainly that would be a heck of an achievement as Porges leading the way towards 200.
Porges made a scratch in the 200 fly final to focus on this 1500 free. It would have been a tough double. He would have had to finish the 200 fly and then get right out, get to his lane, and swim this 1500. Would have been a test to his aerobic capabilities, but decided just to focus on the 1500 tonight, not worry about the 200 fly. And he's looking good here early on in this 1500. 32.3 on that 50, the fastest in the field, as he is long and strong out in front, pulling away from Hoganboom. It's a little bit shorter stroke in lane 4. So flipping there at the 300, 309.12 for Porges, 32.2 in that 50. Hoganboom in second. And Josh Parent, who just got out of the 200 fly, is sitting in 3rd place, still early on in this 1500. Doesn't really look like the 200 fly faced him at all.
Like you were saying earlier, Andy, the 200 fly, you feel like once you get the lactic acid out early, it's actually not that bad. He should be okay by midway through this race. So if he can stay within striking distance, then he's got a chance at maybe not winning this race, but certainly a good solid swim here.
At some point in the 1500, you just kind of go numb and all the pain just goes away. Not goes away, but you kind of just have to forget about that and push forward. And these guys train a lot of yards, train a lot of freestyle aerobic early on in the season, I'm sure.
But it's ironic, but by taking that time to recover, he might actually be in better shape for the back half.
And that's why I wanted to do the 200 first and then a 1500. But it depends on the person. We have to put out an official poll on people and what they think. But Parent holding strong, 33-1 there.
They look like they're kind of settling into paces, Hogan Boom especially. I mean, it's a long race. You got to do that. Porges hit the 500, 5:17.29. Again, I think it'd be very unlikely to make a real run at this trials cut. 15:44.89, certainly not at this point. His coach seems pretty happy with it, though.
.32 there on Hugenboom and Josh Parent. Again, Josh Parent has not been phased by this 200 fly double. He had probably about 3.5 minutes to warm down and get behind the blocks again. If that, I mean, he maybe have gotten in a 150 to warm down. We're going to have to ask him later how he's feeling, but he's looking pretty good. 33.5 on that 50. He's going faster on going to the start end. A little interesting there. Might deal with the way he's breathing and looking towards the guys out in front of him on this end as Porges turns here at a 6:22.0. 32.1 on that 50.
Look at Josh Parent. He really has some pep in his stroke, which is pretty impressive after that 200 fly. Good for him. Good for him for being tough.
32.9 for him on that 50, so he is going faster, going 2 on this on the back 50 here. Porges well out in front, just continuing to build on his lead. 32.1 on that 50. Seems to be
like that's a second and a half faster than anyone else.
Yeah, he seems to be descending his 50s. I mean, who knows what he would have done had he done the 200 fly in the previous heat. But he wanted to go all out here on this 1500. 7:26 there, a 31.9 on that 50.
Real
So
solid
he
chance
is
of getting under 16 minutes here.
Really pressing. I guess we're not to the back half yet, but he's getting faster as we go along.
Junior's cut, which he doesn't have, is 16:05.09. His best 16:10.18.
Hugenboom solidly in second. He has a teammate on the side of the pool cheering him on. A couple, 3 teammates there, and his coach on the lane 1 side of the pool, following him along.
He's got a 20-meter lead. 8:10.50 was his half, or 7:58.62 was Porges' halfway split. 32.4 on that 50.
800 turn. It could be around an 830. 830.7. 32.1. And his coach, David Rodriguez, here on the side of the pool. Really happy with where he is right now.
Says, okay, that's what you want to see in a mile. Okay.
Josh Parent, 33.7 on that 50. He's starting to fall off a little bit. See how he holds up in this back half as He gets the pressure from Jonathan Choi down in lane 7 from Asphalt Green. Porges' Manhattan teammate. We're approaching the 850 turn, so Choi could have a chance to run down Parent for third, depending on how the lactic acid builds up in him from that tuner fly earlier.
(9:35.23) for Porges, so 32.6 there. So probably want to start picking it back up just a tiny bit.
And the key in this race, especially when you're out in front by yourself like this, is not to get lazy with your splits. Don't want to fall off pace. And it looks like what Rodriguez was telling him, that stay right where you are, given the OK sign.
So 33.0 for
Don't
Hogan
fall
Boom.
Too much off pace.
Sorry, Andy. 33.0 for Hogan Boom. Looking back a little bit. 33.2 for Parent. 33.6 for Jonathan Choi.
And Parkinson right there in lane 8 as well. Actually, he's on the other.
He's way behind his field. He's actually a
I
full
saw
100
his 50
behind
split
Porges. Yeah.
32.8 for him there.
I mean, he's not in the lead, is he?
No, he's not.
Well, I'm making sure we didn't lose him. Yeah, he's definitely a full 100 behind. Maybe that split was wrong, because he's just gotten. Yeah, that was a 39 over Parkinson. So clearly the 32 we saw there was a little bit of a mistake.
His counter must have hit the pad.
31.8 for Porges there.
Also want to make sure your counters are putting in the right number. You don't want to lose track of where you are.
Happened to me the first time I swam the mile, but I'm pretty sure she fixed her mistake. Not much change here.
2/3 of the way through.
(32.1). Nice and consistent there for Porges. .400 yards to go. 31.6 there, 11:43.33. Looking to get under that 16-minute mark. Hogan Boom flips now, a full 35 meters behind, 12:03.31. And 12:10.87 for Parent, who's in third, has about a 5-second gap back for fourth.
Porges actually doesn't have a time registered in the 1500 on USA Swimming, so this might be the first time he's swam it. I could be wrong on that.
Could be a converted time.
He was seated with the 16:10.
Could be a converted time. They asked swimmers to enter converted times and not yard times at this meet.
But he's looking really good here as we approach.
I mean, he looks real smooth.
1200 mark, I believe.
He's never swum the 1500. This is really impressive. Because the 1500 is a different race than the 1650 short course for sure.
Want to put a good time out there before we hit the championship season, February, March. I know he'll be shooting for the Metro Championships in mid-March.
Yeah, well on track to go under 16 minutes here.
And just checking in with the rest of the field, Josh Parent still sitting solidly in third and keeping consistent with those splits. A couple 33s in there. He's hanging on.
Still 5 seconds up on Choi.
And he looks like solidly in third unless Choi has a Jason Lezak type 100 the last few lengths.
200 yards left.
But Hogan Boom solidly in second, 33.7. Looking like the toll of racing is kind of hitting him a little bit. I'm sure it is to everybody right now.
So 3 laps, a 200 left for Will Hogenboom, who just flips now. And about to flip at the far end is Porges with 3 laps to go. 12:24.32.
So 75 left for our leader here.
The bell, the best sound in distance swimming. And what else does the bell represent, Andy?
You can hit that bell on YouTube to subscribe to our channel, SwimCast. Our producer's telling us to give him the plug on the SwimCast TV.
Chris is doing a great job with SwimCast. He's done a great job, as usual, this weekend, working his record 3,721st Berkeley Winter Meet.
We couldn't have done it without you, Chris. I hope you can hear me.
As Porges turns for home, 15:27.90. He'll be under 16 minutes here.
We'll see. 31.7. He should be under 16. Not bad for your first long course 1500.
And look at him. He's got something left. He looks great. He looks like he's swimming a 200 free. Look at that tempo.
His cap's starting to fall off a little bit. Putting his head down.
He'll be fine. He's almost there.
Put your head down. 5 meters to go. Under 16. It's going to be about a 15:57.
15:57.45. And a nice effort there for Dylan Porges. 15:57.45. Parent flipping now. He is in third. Hogenboom in second.
Josh Parent looks like he's lost his legs here. Lost those to the 200 fly.
Hey, well, give the guy some slack. He wasn't in a race, and he's coming off the 200 fly. Great effort.
Second for Hogenboom here, 16:30.
Just a great effort. Great double tonight for Josh Parent.
Good lactate set for him, 16:39. And Jonathan Choi coming in fourth, 16:44.
So looking back in the race, 7 guys in. Colton Parkinson with a 50 to go. And that's going to do it for the individual events this meet.